All right, guys, I'm just going to step through again how to solve this problem that we started when the bell rang. So again, you have the sodium hydroxide of 0.14 molar, and you're pouring it into a beaker containing 0.14 molar calcium nitrate and 0.25 molar iron nitrate. And you're given the KSP for calcium hydroxide and for iron hydroxide. So what we started was finding the maximum amount of hydroxide for calcium hydroxide. And if this here is our reaction, we can say that the KSP of the calcium hydroxide is going to be the calcium and the hydroxide ion concentration squared. And so we need to find, whoops, that's squared. We need to find the hydroxide ion concentration. So that's going to be the square root of the KSP for calcium hydroxide, which they gave us as 8.0 times 10 to the minus 6. And we'll then divide that by the calcium ion concentration, which they gave us as a 0.14 molar calcium nitrate solution, and there's 1 mole of calcium ions for every mole of calcium nitrate, so we can just make that be 0.14 molar. And so that tells us that our hydroxide ion concentration for calcium hydroxide is 7.6 times 10 to the minus 3 molar. Put this in your calculator and make sure you can get the value like 7.6 times 10 to the minus 3. We then have to do the same thing for the iron hydroxide. So the KSP for our iron hydroxide will be the iron. Similar process, only using a different KSP value and a different iron concentration value. So again, square root of our KSP, which for the iron solution, the iron hydroxide solution is 1.6 times 10 to the minus 14. And our, we were told we had 0.25 molar iron 2 nitrate. There's 1 mole of iron in every mole of iron nitrate, so we can say that that's 0.25 molar. Then, if we do that math, you should get 7.6 times 10 to the minus 3. Now we can put, whoops, I didn't do that. I wrote the wrong thing down. That was my calcium hydroxide. Sorry about that. You should get 2.5 times 10 to the minus 7 molar. And please put that in your calculator again to make sure you can get it. And so if we compare our two hydroxide concentrations, going back, our hydroxide concentration for calcium hydroxide was 7.6 times 10 to the minus 3, and our hydroxide ion concentration for our iron hydroxide solution was 2.5 times 10 to the minus 7. So the 10 to the minus 7 will reach saturation before the 10 to the minus 3. So therefore, iron hydroxide will precipitate before calcium hydroxide. So your homework will be examples of all the different problems that we did as part of these notes, but if you run into trouble, please don't hesitate to message me.